believe it's on. Another recording from Onyx Void. And it's nice out. Nice, industrious day. Nice, industrious morning. It's cold. Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Well, it's back to work wagey. And it's going to be double time for this Friday. No slacking off. Get in your trucks. Get in your cars. Muddle through traffic. You're an essential worker now. You have to get to work. You have to go collect your currency, your shekels, for the man. Because canceling out 2 days for Thanksgiving so you can recover the next day on Friday today, that's unthinkable. That's unheard of. Don't even try. Especially if you don't have any PTO built up. And if you do, you're just hurting your coworkers. But what I'm going to talk about today is I get it. I get what they were talking about, what they were asking in their interview. And there's one thing that's can become a detriment for any opposition if you let a man with, how to say this without sounding elitist, if you let a man with a highly functioning brain think about obsess over a certain conversation long enough, eventually it'll get broken down. It'll get analyzed from every point, and that'll become your downfall. Giving a man time to think is probably the worst way to go out. Not saying we become Batman or something, but eventually figure it out. So, in one of my previous videos, talking about the legal question, what it was is, do you have a family? Do you have children? There's something to that context. And I understand what they were asking. What they were asking was, are you well adjusted to regular life? Are you well adjusted enough to attract a female and live in a family unit? Do you kowtow to women? And I'm going to tell you how I came to that conclusion. As I said, Gabriella was the one that called me. It's HR. Gabriella scheduled to interview. Gabriella was half an hour late to the scheduled interview. I was 15 minutes early. What that tells me is that Gabriella, by extension, all the women there at Shamrock, gets away with bad behavior, and no one corrects them at all. And that's not exactly a crowd that I want to be associated with. I just want to come in. Sorry about that. Come in, get my work done, get my truck, push the trailers around, get my work done, and go home. Collect my check, my shekels. Yeah, I could see it. When I was in the office for the interview, it was all the team posters. Team. Gotta put something in there for that. Gotta edit that in. It was all about the team. It was always about the team. Amazon, it's always about the team. All these big corporations, it's always about the team. The team. And when it really comes down to it, you can be 86th up out of there at any moment. And I know people have figured that out by now. With all the layoffs, you could be ousted out in the streets, at any moment that you're not economically viable enough. So the mask is off. The mask is off, and I assume something like Shamrock is not losing money in particular, but anything that has to do with food generally runs on very thin margins. The fact that they didn't post how much this job paid tells me that they were about to do some swindling. But to the topic at hand, the question was, if you reward it, was, can you deal with women's bad behavior and still keep your mouth shut? Can you clearly see an atrocity that's probably wasting people's time and money and just go with it? And I can't. I would have built an AI to replace her by now. She'd been the second thing to get 86 up out of there because she's just there. Gabriella is just there. I don't know if Gabriella does anything else, but it looks like Gabriella is just there on a computer, keep tapping away. Called me in for the interview. She didn't even do the interview. She had to have 2 men come do the interview for her. And she came in later, after the interview was done, to escort me out. It's just a doorman at that point. And I get it now. It's probably one of those places where the men do all the physical labor and the women take half the credit. I can see it now. I wonders why that's why they're trying to hire new people. I wonder if that's why they were having a hiring fair. I wonder if that's why they've lost so many people. They turned and burned through so many people. I asked someone in my family, they are a worker, they're a CDL worker, they get around. They have connections, they listen to conversations, they ask questions. They're the ones that recommend me go work at Shamrock, at least apply. And the first thing they tell me out their mouth is that Shamrock will try to work you to death. They pay well if you can figure out how much they pay, but they will work you 50, 60 hours. Which 60 hours, if I remember correctly, at least for over the road, is illegal. Which I wouldn't be doing. But I figured it out. And it's the worst thing for anyone to let me do. Worst thing for any group of people to let one man do is to sit there and think about what was just said. technically, I can sue for that. Once again, it's an illegal question. I can bring it up to the labor board, the Better Business Bureau, all kinds of stuff. Too bad I didn't bring my recording device with me. Otherwise, this would be a lot more expedited. I wouldn't be talking about it on the internet. But maybe I'll put it on Glassdoor. That'd be fun. But for now, I'm just here on this nice morning, looking at the sun come up after Thanksgiving and screaming into the void. That's YouTube.